Hello, this is Lolly. I have a tiny little thrift store haul today, and I want to finish my story because I did say the other day that I said what had happened in the thrift store, so I need to finish that story because you've been asking. So let's put these things here and show you what I got today. Everything was half off except for blue tags, so I got this for $2, and I was in need of one of these, and I don't know what that, some kind of a fruit on top, I guess. I make my own powdered deodorant that's like cornstarch and baking soda or something like that. It's a mix, and so I dip one of those big fluffy makeup brushes in there and then use that as a deodorant. And so I needed a new jar because my lid was cracked. And this has been a really unusual holiday season, and I felt like I was so busy. And I love my Christmas tree. I love getting the lights on it, but I think by the time I got it done, I just really wasn't in the mood to put the ornaments on there. And so this old box, I'm sorry, this is making noise. An old box of ornaments was sitting out where I could get to it. And I just thought I'll go through there and see what's in there instead of using all my usual ornaments. And so I decided just to put the gold, everything that's gold and everything that's red on the tree this year and not do what I usually do. So I was at the thrift store and saw these big jingle bells. So they were 30 cents. So I got them for 15 cents each and thought those would be cute on the tree. And so this was not on sale because it's blue tag, but there were two of them, and they are candy cane alphabet stencils. You can see right there, if you would sponge some red paint or red distress over them, they'd be really cute. Could have used these in my Christmas December daily journals, couldn't I have? And I picked up one of these. It's just an off-brand, and so it was $1 because I need this size. It's like for an 8-inch cake pan. My husband got a lot of metal tins for what he's making. And then I saw this. It looks pretty old, and it was $4. I was kind of disappointed that it wasn't one of the clearance, not clearance, but it wasn't one of the half-off ones. But it is gold-colored elastic cord, and I thought this would be really great if it's strong enough to use for, you know, stringing traveler's notebooks together or wrapping around some cute gifts. So I'll put this here while we're talking. So what had happened last week, I was going to the thrift store to donate, and I'll play with this while I'm talking. I was going to the thrift store to donate, and as I was going to donate my several items, I included my old DVD player in that. We had just gotten a different DVD player that also did Blu-ray, so I put the DVD player in the basement with my things to go to the thrift store pile, and I put the controller with it. Well, we were really busy over Thanksgiving, and we really didn't even turn the television on for quite a while. So I didn't realize that what I had done was when I had put the controller with the DVD player, I had put my television controller with the DVD player. And I had put it in a plastic bag. I didn't want to tape it, the controller, to the VCRs, the DVD player, excuse me. So I had put it in a plastic bag, taped a plastic bag to the DVD player. So I had donated it that morning. And then when I went back home, it was about an hour later, we were going to turn the TV on, like for the first time in a week. And I realized the controller was gone, but there was my DVD controller sitting in the controller box. Oh, I just felt like my blood pressure bottomed out to 0. I was so upset. We have a big screen TV, but it's not new. I wouldn't be able to get another controller for it. And I was... My biggest fear was that our thrift store, it's so big, but it gets so many donations that they tend to, when you donate, they load up semis and just haul them out to other cities. They don't even keep everything you donate. So I had visions that my DVD player with my TV remote was in a semi on its way to Denver. So I called the thrift store and I explained what had happened, and they gave me someone back in the furniture and electronics department, and he asked me what brand, what model the DVD player was and what model the TV controller was. I told him, and I said it's in a plastic bag taped to the top of the DVD player. He found it within 2 minutes. I could not believe it. It was a big thank God moment. And I told him I would come in 40 minutes to pick that up because I had just sat down to have lunch. And he said, come in and ask for Dale. And so when I went back in the store, You know, 40 minutes, 45 minutes later, I walked up to the cash register and I said, yes, I need to speak to Dale. And I was met with silence. And I said, yes, I was just on the phone talking to Dale. I need to speak to Dale. I need to see Dale. And then the cashier kind of fumbled around. You could tell he didn't know how to get me in touch with Dale. He was trying to think, should I call Dale? Should I walk this lady back to Dale? And he finally says, okay, I'll call Dale. So he paged Dale overhead. And then while he was waiting for Dale to call back, I was still feeling so dumb about what I had done. I said, tell him it's the dumb lady calling. The dumb lady is here. And he looked at me really confused and he said, are you his wife? I couldn't believe it. I mean, why would he assume that because I said I was dumb, I was Dale's wife? So when I told my husband this story later, he laughed and laughed and laughed. And all evening long, my husband kept saying, are you his wife? Are you his wife? So eventually Dale called back, said, go toward the back of the store to the double doors. So I head back there to the double doors, which is their storage area. And there were 3 employees standing around and stocking electronics on the shelves. And one of them said, may I help you? I said, yes. Are you Dale? And I was met with a blank stare. So I said, are you Dale? And I was still met with a blank stare. I said, I'm supposed to meet Dale. Are you Dale? And he still stood there like a statue. He didn't move. He didn't blink. He just stared at me. And I thought, is he mute? I mean, I didn't want to insult this guy, you know, but then I realized, no, he just asked me, can I help you find something? So I don't know what the issue was. The whole thing was so surreal. I felt like I was having such a hard time explaining myself and getting help. And then finally, one of the other guys that was stocking electronics heard what was going on, came over and said, well, that's Dale over there, and pointed to Dale. So I was able to say, Dale, I'm the one that messed up with the TV remote, and I brought the DVD remote in, and he wouldn't exchange it for me, gave me my remote, and I left the store. I went home very grateful that all worked out, especially because, like I said, my store tends to ship these donations to other places. So it all worked out. Thank you, those of you who are asking me how it turned out. Not one of my finest moments. Word to the wise, if you're donating any electronics, check the remote to make sure it's the right one. Thank you all for watching.